What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video from the Demon Overlord. Now today, guys, we're going to be doing a video for Dart Wars, or at least Dart War blasters. And today we'll be introducing my new little thing that'll tell you when the video is about that or not. And that is the soldier of a helmet maggot. You will go out there and you will defeat that spy. You will defeat the red team. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Me and my bros are making jokes of that the moment I bought this helmet. That's right, guys. When I start doing Dart Wars videos, I'm going to start wearing a helmet now because I think it looks kind of cool. And, you know, it fits the aesthetic since we are going over blasters. Quick backstory. Got this while I was on my friend Keisha with my bros and my sister and all of them. And we happened to stop in a military surplus store, and they had these awesome helmets. And yes, this is a real metal helmet. Legit with straps and everything, which to prove it. You can see there. And I have the red star. My bro has the plain white, as he's like, I guess, the grunt, whatever you'd call it. One bro's got the stickers with the double eagles, and then my other bro got a leather pilot's cap and a Frenchman's helmet. Yeah. As you can see, works pretty good. Would definitely give you a nice head protection at a Dart War. And it's a nice statement. Something to really get the attention of people who are like, hey, is that real? It's like, you tell me. Now, I was the trendsetter, actually, and the first thing I bought one, and the next day they're like, oh, we got to get one. We can't let him be the only one to get one of those things. Trendsetter. Got to follow that Demon Overlord. Now, anyway, after my little TF2 joke there originally, so let's get the helmet a little more comfortable with my face quick. There we are. Okay. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, today we're going to be going over a blaster. And no, it's not Dart Zone. I bet you were probably thinking how it's going to be another Dart Zone blaster. Well, you can see these colored darts. I probably figured wrong. Or at least you didn't know better. So these are darts from Busby. That's right. We're going to be going over my first ever owned Busby blaster. This is the Monorail blaster. Doing that. And as you can see here, it has a lovely, unique, clear section up top. Movable sights. Is a shotgun, so boomstick, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. Now, first, a little bit of interesting of how I found this blaster. I happen to be walking through a Dollar General. It's been a day after work. You know, I'm off my shift. It's early morning, so, you know, not like there's a lot of people around in the store. Sorry, I just cannot help myself. The swirling water light that I'm using for effect is just so distracting. Anyway, sorry about that. I get distracted sometimes. And I'm looking around, and something catches my eye on a top shelf. And I'm like, what is that? And I think about it. I'm like, whatever. I'm going back to look at what's in the aisle that I went there for. And I look back up again, and I think in it, and I go, I can see literally just this sticking out from behind, like some other toys and stuff. And I'm looking at it going, that looks like a handle for a blaster. Wait a minute. And now at this point, do I have the greatest thing that I'm going to find an amazing blaster? I mean, I did find that Covert Ops Dart Zone blaster there, so who knows? I didn't know what it was off the bat, and then I reached up. Luckily, I have to be tall enough to just reach right up top of their shelf easy and just go like, swip it out. And as I did, I noticed a shotgun staring back at me. But then I also noticed something unique. This clear section right there. And I was like, huh. And I read it. You know, then I finally, like, after I stopped looking at the clear section down inside, I went, Air Warriors, Busby. And then a video that I recently watched, probably near the end of September, started ringing in my head. So a shout out to Whalecom S7. He did a video on this. It was the Air Warriors product called the Reaper, which I am still hoping to get one of those. Whether old or new style Reaper, I don't care. I want to get one so I can paint it white and black and make it Soul Eater inspired. I'm even going to like try to put like the Soul Eater emblem on it because that'd be just really cool. But getting past that point, actually I think the newer one would be better because the Reaper is like not a sticker. It's actually like a little like raised letters. So if I can get a newer one, the better. But anyway, off topic. Now, this blaster says 2017, and then on the box it said 2020, so I don't know if this is just like they made a newer version, like how Dart Zone made their first Havoc, and then they made a second one that came in a box set with another blaster. Whatever it is. So it's, you know, at least it's original design, I'm guessing, is 2017, and then this one was made in 2020. I'm going to assume that's how it was. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I like it. It's, as you can see, it's pretty big. I mean, for a full adult, that's not a bad size shotgun, you know, or boomstick, whatever you want to call it. It's got a jam door up top, easy access. It will slam open if you smack it hard. It can do it on occasion. But you can see it's still strong enough that a couple slaps it didn't drop. Now, if it does, usually when you slap it really hard, it'll bounce right back up in. But listen to this trigger. I don't know why, but I like that trigger. It just sounds like it's moving something. Now, this is a trapdoor gun, as I like to call it, because when you look in the end, now don't do this looking down a barrel loaded, guys. I know, stupid to say it, but you know, inside there's a little lever that opens up, and that allows the dart to fly out after it's filled up with tension from the loading. Now, you cannot slam fire this, so I'm going to say this now, it cannot slam fire. I tried in my testing. I did not record my testing video, did not make it because I just didn't like how it was recorded, so sorry guys, it's not in there, but whatever. Now, what can I say about it? Well, it's unique. I like the look of it. I actually like the green and orange here. For this shotgun's design, it works. It has some lovely little, like, what do I want to call these? Not decals, or textures. That's it. They have some textures on the grip here to help your grip. Some little texture bits. On the one side, you have the lovely Monorail blaster written up there. Might be a little hard to see, but there you go. A little up-close view. And as you can see, though, it's really nice. It's a little bit small for an adult hand to easily grab just in the gray area. Fingers don't really want to fit there. I got adult hands, so what do you expect? But you can grab the side of it and easily get it ready to go. Now, the reason this top, I don't know why, but for some reason, this whole entire clear area caught my attention and made me interested in it. It does move. It is removable. But can it fit other attachments? Well, I got a couple attachments here with me, so let's give it a shot. Elite style false rail attachment will not go on here. It's just too big. And this is like the Halo extension rail, so not gonna happen. Here is the Adventure Force earlier Picatinny-esque rail they did, the false one they did before. They kind of got to the new standard with their Pro line. And as you can see, this is from the Spectrum. It could technically, as you can see, kind of sit on there, but it's stretching the plastic, and I would definitely not recommend. Now we're gonna go with like a Nexus style thing. So here's the Nexus with the actual like rails of that. As you can see, it will technically sit on there, but these plastic rails make it hard to come off. And here's why, because when you look at the two, the rail here is a big square, and it's a lot bigger than what the Nexus is made for. The Nexus has one that goes and wraps underneath the hold on tight. This one's hold underneath is a little different. It's more of that picturesque perfect. So nothing really will fit except maybe another Air Warriors products line. I don't know what the rails are for it, but I mean, if you probably have a Picatinny item, like a sight or something, or even a flashlight holder, maybe a tactical flashlight stick on top, you probably could put it on there. I could easily see it being screwed on top and making it work. I mean, whatever you want to do. Another lovely little feature you only really notice when you get this thing in the light, the green dot, you get a green dot effect on this front sight. So when you look through the two little bits here, the light that reflects through this acrylic reflects back up green. You get a little green effect right there, which ironically gives you like a green dot. I only noticed that recently looking down the barrel, and I really focused on it. I was like, that's cool. I don't know if even like the Busby knew this, but it was pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, as you can see here, it is a bottom barrel blaster. I don't know why they keep making these bottom barrel types. I really wish it was just top, it was just straight, but whatever. Now, a really cool thing with this clear part, you can see how much ammo you have in there, whether you need to reload. And getting to reload, an interesting way for an internal magazine reload. Just for again. That's it. You just slide the darts in, easy peasy. We're going to continue using their long darts, just because, as you can see, we'll just put a couple in there for now. We'll just fill it up for now, just to get a whole nice set. And for the record, it does come with 12 lovely darts, so you get 2 full reloads. This thing will actually hold technically 7. If you chamber one in the actual firing position, you get 6 on top. That way you can have it primed and ready to go. Now, granted, this is just a simple Busby blaster, so you're not going to expect the numbers like, say, Rival or anything like that. And if it is based on a 2017 model, I doubt they did much change. But I gotta say, that number right there, I got my ballistic precision Cornwell chronograph set up finally, and it's getting numbers. That was a surprising 77. That's not bad. It beat an elite one. Now, I do have a range, actually, the test data results from my little testing. And actually, I have all the variants. Just give me 1 second to find my list. Sorry about that. Okay. So, doing a quick little averages for each of the ammo types. We had elite. I used waffles, and then I used the actual Busby long distance darts. Sorry, I wanted to call them precision darts, but they're long distance darts, as it calls it. Because it says we'll shoot up to 100 feet. And I did that outside and tested it. I didn't get no 100 for a straight on shot. Straight on, I got around like maybe 60 at the high end, maybe 65. I'd say maybe as there's always the error gap. So 65 to around 60 is that real far range. You're not getting far than that. Though, of course, it was a little windy that day, so maybe that didn't help. I don't know. I only did a really quick test. I wasn't trying to do it long. Could it hit up to 100? Maybe if you improved it and upgraded the spring or something in there, whatever's powering it, yeah, you probably could. And I mean, like when I aimed it back and aimed a little higher and got more arc to it, yeah, I was getting out to at least like, you know, the high 70s to 80s. So that was pretty cool. So it's got some power to it for whatever it is. I mean, it just got a 77 of the quick shot. And yeah, oh, here we go. So for the Busby precision, or sorry, the Busby long distance, I want to keep calling them precision. I don't know why. Long distance darts. The average turned out to be, sorry, I got like multiple numbers written here. I wrote down all the numbers and I forgot what I actually, oh, sorry, there's category. We had an average of 75 average. That's not bad. That is better than the Elite 70. So, that's not bad. We went to Elites, and not surprisingly, it did worse. That one I shot more because I wanted to make sure where the average range was. Yeah, it was around like a 71 to a 69 average. So within those three is really where the average blaster range is. Its highest it got with them was a 76. That was the highest Elite it could get. Now, that's not too bad. It almost got to that, but it wasn't the average. So, I mean, some of these little bad boys here got like a 78. So they were still beating it by 1. Now, granted, these are still not the best darts. That's right. I switched to waffles, of course, at the end. And waffles were better. Oh, sorry. Actually, better range, actually, for the long distance dart. There was actually a 77 to a 74. That was actually the range. It was a little wider, but still nothing getting into the 60s like the actual Nerf did. Also, Nerf, for some reason, has an ability to jam in there. Only my Nerf darts jam in here. None of my waffles did. None of the long distance darts did, but Nerf can. And I don't know if it's maybe the thickness. I mean, let me look at something really quick here because I'm thinking the thickness is actually the problem. Just give me 1 second to set that there. I mean, like, there's like a small little tiny bit bigger with the Nerf Elite Dart. I know the waffles had no issue with feeding. Now, if you do try to fire this super quick, rapid succession, you will get a jam. It can jam because it drops the dart down and then pulls it forward or pulls it into the prime position. So, like, you got to remember that. It's not made for quick, rapid succession. Okay, that dart bounced all the way back here. Props. That was pretty cool. Almost got me. Almost needed the helmet protection. Anyway, so this blaster is pretty impressive. Oh, and the waffle. Oh, I'm sorry. And waffle darts had an average of around 79 to 77. Highest ones got to 82 to 83. Those are the couple highest shots I ever got from the round of testing. So, I mean, the best still, waffle. Also, the most accurate, waffle. Least accurate, unsurprisingly, Nerf Elite. And I'm going to say Nerf Elite because Elite 2.0, all that stuff, same thing. Zombie, same thing. They might probably perform a little better, but still, same type of design. Surprisingly, these long distance darts weren't bad. Now, I am going to go with the quality of the darts. They actually are not that bad. They don't, for once, have a crap ton of excess glue on them. There's really none of these darts I had a ton of excess glue. So I guess, I don't know if this has been remade in 2020 or if it was just like, you know, but I mean, it's not bad. The quality's good. We're getting some good numbers. I think this would be definitely a shotgun I could keep as a sidearm, or if I'm in a close quarters type battle, go for primary. Put a good pistol in the backup. Maybe use my, the only blaster I've ever really modified, which was my destroyer from Zuru of the Adventure Force line, and I turned that into the Espresso Destroyer. I might put a picture of that on Twitter at some point. Maybe. I'll see. And I really gotta say, I do like this. The design, it's not too blocky. It's not too round. It's got different points. It is held together by simple Phillips head screwdrivers. The jam door itself is actually screwed on with like a holder piece. So like if you really want to get rid of this jam door, it, as you can see, the jam door does not stop it from actually firing, having it open. So it will continue operating even with the jam door gone or open. That's pretty cool. There is no safety on this, mostly because it's just like, I don't know. I guess Busby didn't want to build a safety for it. That's fine. They don't have to. But I mean, like, it's a good length. I think, honestly, now, the comfort of the hand. Let's get to the ergonomics in the handle. It's not too bad for an adult hand, as you can see. But as you can see, I have to keep my fingers right tight together, and that pushes it right into the trigger well, or the trigger here, or the trigger's guard. And, I mean, after a while, it can start to get a little irritating, but it takes, like, oh, man, how long did I hold this thing for before it finally started to irritate my fingers? I think it was about an hour, maybe a couple hours, and then I started to actually like notice it, like slightly give an irritation, a little divot in the finger, like a little bit of annoyance. But otherwise, I would just hold it probably a little more open like that. Probably let the pinky roll down a little, because you know this thing is easily controlled. It's not too unwieldy. It's very good for tight quarters. I mean, like, you know, I've walked through gaps and like, you know, held this up like this, trying to, you know, see how far away it can be, how close up. It can work either or. This could be a great little like bunker buster type thing where you break in, you're jumping into a bunker full of people, you start laying down some foam. Now, like I said, you're not going to rapid successor fire because it could have a chance of jamming. So there is that to it. But overall, blaster that can get in the good mid 70s to high 70s, heck, even in the 80s when you're using waffles, it handles those two beautifully. I will say both Elite and actually Zuru darts can have a little bit issue with this thing. Elite definitely was the one that wanted to have the issue the most, so yeah, Elite darts, not sure why they are worse. Are they just made not to work with other blasters? Like, because that slight, literally probably like couple millimeter or two difference, it's kind of a shame. But it is really cool. So I got to give credit to Busby. This is the first time I've ever bought a Busby blaster, and I'm not disappointed that I think this is a good, reasonable Arsenal addition. It's going to work fine. It's going to do what I need it to do. Does it have mod potential? Possibly. I mean, I did try firing half darts through it. Didn't really succeed well since the track here is really made for full-length darts. They have it designed for that. Now, I mean, if you had a way to modify that and add some little, like, extra grabber parts, maybe you could make it work to fit in half lengths. I mean, they fly out the end, technically, but they don't fly out with much force because the pusher wasn't made for that. So if you have a pusher modification and then maybe a spring upgrade, you could probably turn this into a deadly half dart monster. Plus, with it holding 6 normal darts and then half darts, you could probably get maybe, I want to say maybe 10. I don't think you're going to get a double because of the darts don't exactly make, I mean, they are half darts. So maybe 12, maybe probably a range from 13 with the one loaded in the chamber up, or sorry, down to probably 10. So somewhere in that range. But, you know, that's still not too bad. It's a good 6-shot. It's pretty trustworthy, and I like it. It's not too unwieldy. Yeah. I mean, yes, there is no sling point. As you can see, there's no point to really sling it up on here. But, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get one of those holsters like you would for a pistol and just slide it in there on the leg. Yeah, it's a little bulky. Or you can get one of those lovely little, I like to call them lower back holsters, where you just slide it in the lower back, and then you just pull it out when you're ready, load it up, and you go. You get to it. You start flinging some foam downrange. You start tagging people and taking them out. Now, like I said, I think this would be great for HVZ. It's not too high of a ratio that it's going to hurt anybody. I mean, obviously, if you're going to shoot someone in the eye, don't be a jerk. You know, do not do that. But it's really cool. It works great. It functioned good. I found out what could make it jam and what makes it function properly. And honestly, I think and we'll get to the price. I almost forgot the price. $15 for a simple blaster that looks pretty nice, has the lovely detail on both sides. Yes, they only painted on one side and they only put the Busby on one side, but they didn't paint the Busby, so who cares? And they only put the Monorail blaster. I'm fine with that not being on both sides for this. It is weird it's on the left side, not the right side. Usually these blasters are on the right side. So this is more for a left-hander. Let me see. I mean, it functioned pretty fine in my left hand, too. Oh, well. Anyway, guys, really cool blaster. I definitely would actually recommend if you're just looking up to pick up a nice little shotgun that maybe you might want to upgrade. Maybe you want to change it. I mean, is it going to ever fire Rival? No. Is it ever going to fire Mega? No. Not unless you majorly rehaul this thing, and I don't even know if that would be possible because of how the loading mechanism in the back works. You'd have to, like, cut and turn this into a Franken gun or a Frankenblaster, but some people could if they have real mod experience. I don't really modify that much because I always get worried about breaking things and having to find another blaster, because knowing my luck, the moment I break it, oh, they're not in stock anymore. That'd be just my luck. But I think this would be good. This is a nice, reliable backup blaster, as they are your last resort. You're not going to get the farthest range, but you're going to get far enough that you can still compete and keep people back, / keep them pinned down. You know, like, you know, if you're trying to hide behind cover, a couple rounds out to give your buddies time to reload their ammo. Then you're like, okay, getting back into my main weapon. Now let me reload while you guys keep them off me, and, you know, you go into battle. So, yeah. Really cool. I definitely got to give this thing at least, I would say, due to the fact of the jammability of it, but the easeability to get in there helps make up for it, because I bet you could probably improve it, giving it some better pieces or some new modification parts, since 3D printing makes so much stuff possible these days. I would say, yeah, I would recommend. I literally would, for $15, you're getting a nice, lovely little shotgun. It could be worse for hands bigger than mine, as I have just a standard adult hand. I mean, I've seen guys with bigger hands than mine. They probably have a little bit of trouble. The finger guard, or the trigger rail, is large enough that you can easily get on there, and the trigger pull is nice. This handle being a little short, you could probably, someone doing a Frankenmod blaster could probably put a bigger grip on here, or a stock to put it up like a full shotgun length, but I like it being this sort of a smaller shotgun. It's really cool for that close quarters HVZ style stuff. And you're not going to get that temptation to be like stock slap, because, you know, that's never a good thing. People do that by accident, but, you know, it helps kind of keep away where you're just like keeping people back, just thinking, oh, I got to keep back, like a trench shotgun type thing. Will look pretty cool for that. So anyway, guys, if you've come this far on the channel or in the video, I thank you. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do so, guys. Helps it go, as well as you blast that, or in this case, boomstick blast that like button. And if you've got any comments, questions, or concerns, or any ideas you want to throw at me, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. I like to read through them and just every now and then take a look and see what people say. If they have questions, give an answer, and, you know, all that good jazz. Anyway, guys, for the next videos in the future, make sure you look out for the helmet for any of my blaster videos in the video. And have a great one, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.